Black Eagle.
Zay told me he sent some shit, so be working on some man shit. Yeah, club in the morning, off like 2. Sip champagne when we talk about views and cut like us. We stuck in the trap. Steak ain't rare, so we sending it back. All of my brothers are rare, can't cap. The money was quick, now we sending a few. I'm down by the 100, we starting to shoot. I hit 21, just watch how we move. PR in my blood, no I ain't no thug. Now we in the club, we threw a dub, now we on the move. He ain't no plug, no he just a fool. He sent a shot, now we send a few.
All right, welcome back. Artificially Genuine, episode 13, part 6. All right, just like we like to do with every episode, we like to wrap it up with mental health. We do encourage you guys to talk to friends, family. We're here, DM us, talk to a professional, whatever you feel more comfortable. But mental health is super important. Don't pass on it. You're not alone. You're just kind of putting yourself in that spot, but think positive, reach out to somebody. What we like to do personally is use ChatGPT. We prompt it specific questions, positive mental quotes, and we kind of just riff off of them. So let's kind of jump into the first one.
Yeah.
You are never too old to set another goal or set a new dream. I feel like we're 30s. We're just starting this podcast this year, but I feel like we have all the knowledge to combine it like we have been to start this new adventure. And dude, it's gone way more than what I've ever dreamed. So any thoughts?
That's dope.
Yeah.
I think it's surrounding yourself. I mean, they always say you are your friends, and I think that we just have been ingrained with that old head mentality of
Wisdom.
like if your life isn't done by 30, like you don't have your career and you're married with kids and a house and all that, your life is over. And I think that we're kind of that first generation that's coming into that. It's never too late. Like most of the most successful CEOs and entrepreneurs, they didn't get their start till they were 40, 50, some 60.
100%.
It's like, so it's never too late. So I just think you get around good people that have the same mindset. You know, you get close to somebody that's going to motivate you. Stay away from yes men and have that friend, because I'm that friend, that even if you're wrong, I'm going to tell you the blunt truth, unfiltered. Because if I don't, then I wasn't your friend. Because you could be doing something wrong, but if I'm not kicking you in the ass and saying, hey, bro, like you messing up, or you probably shouldn't do that, then it's like you could be setting your friend up to fail. So I've always stood by that. Like, you might not want to hear it, but I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
100%. I have family around me. They know how I move. They know what I've done. And we've set expectations between family members like, hey, don't ask me if you don't want the truth.
Right.
That's all I'm gonna give you. Sometimes it's going to hurt.
Absolutely.
And they already know. If I ask them, I already know it, so they don't even ask. But we're at a point where like, hey, I'm just going to show you nothing but love and just come at you, because sometimes love is blind. You do this crazy stuff, but you need that, either friends, loved ones, to just check you.
Or don't tell them at all. I mean, I'm super private. So, I mean, I love my family, but sometimes you got to love them at a distance, and they might not like what you're doing. So, I mean, who are you to tell me what I'm doing right or doing wrong? Especially if, like, I always look at it, if the bar's up here, if you're not doing better than me, don't tell me nothing.
Right?
100.
So, you know, I was fortunate enough to be successful at a young age. So it was like, what are you telling me for? Like, where do you live? What do you drive? What do you do for work?
Yeah.
So who are you to tell me what I'm doing? So I was always a proponent of, hey, I love my family, but I like to keep my business to myself. And, you know, when I see you, cool, and just know that I'm doing all right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
because like I said, don't ask me if
Don't
you're not
ask.
ready. If you're
Don't
not ready
ask.
for that. The next one is happiness is not something already made. It comes from your own actions. So like you said, you had to put in that work, and that's what it comes down to. You can be old, young, doesn't matter. But if you're not putting in the work, I might have mentioned this before, if you're not moving forward with it, that's when you're quitting. That's when you're giving up. But as long as you're making the baby steps to get to the next level, you're on your way.
Yeah, absolutely. I think happiness is a choice. It's a mentality, because you know you can be optimistic about anything and just set your own mindset and tell yourself you could be in a terrible situation or be having a terrible day, but at the end of the day, it's like, are you gonna use this to pity me, or are you gonna say, you know what, this is just my motivation to move forward? And kind of stand on that. You got to look at the little wins, even if they are small, versus just looking at all I'm taking is losses, because those losses turn into W's. and you collect enough of them, you're gonna figure out what you did wrong and how to move forward.
Yeah, you're on top of the world after that. You're good.
Absolutely, you got to choose to be happy.
Okay, kind of jumping into the next one. Believe in yourself and all that you are. Know that there is something inside you that is greater than any obstacle. Your mindset will push you that much further. Sometimes the hardest part is getting to the gym. But once you get to the gym, it's smooth sailing
half the
after
battle.
that. You'll fucking put in 2-3 hours.
Absolutely.
But your mindset. So just make sure you're thinking positive. But any instances you've had?
Yeah, I remember being told that, at the end of the day, you have nobody. You came into this world by yourself. You're going to die
Nobody's
by
coming.
yourself. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's coming to help you. So at the end of the day, like, why do you have your hand out? I am the worst at asking for help because I would rather drown than to be a burden for somebody else.
100%.
That's just me. Everybody's not like that. But I'm also the guy that 9 out of 10 times my friends call me first because they know, hey, if I need something done or I need help, I'm calling Eric first because they know I'm going to get it done.
What's your phone number? Let me get that.
Right? Word. But I just always kept that in mind. It's like it's nobody else's responsibility. It's nobody else's burden. So I'm not going to ask you for nothing. Duck on a pond. I might look cool as a cucumber, but under the water, my feet are turning a mile a minute because I'm trying to figure out, what I need to do next. So I just live by that. Like, you're by yourself, so figure it out.
Damn. Is there someone that you depend on, like not
That you
that
can
depend
call on.
that you call on that
Just in case. Even though you don't need to, but hey, if I call, they're going to answer.
I've been blessed that I have a collective of friends that even though we've been scattered across the world, like I know if I picked up the phone and it didn't really matter what time it was, they would be there for me. So I've been super lucky to have the most amazing mentor in my life. I've been super blessed to be around my friends and know that if I call them, they'll be there. And, even like my younger brother too, like he might be mad about it, but he'll still get up and go give me a ride or say I lost my card, he'll shoot me some bread, whatever the situation may be. But I mean, being with a partner like that is critical too, because you don't realize that sometimes when I'm in a relationship and I'm with a partner, when she would come home, it's like, give it to me. Because if you don't give it to me, you're holding on to it, and that's going to determine your day or your feeling, and you're going to take it out on me.
Yeah.
So whatever's on your mind, unload it. Because if you don't unload it, you're bottling it up, and then that all it takes is that one instance, and they're going to blow up on you.
That's
So
it.
having a solid solid friends, and if you lean on your family, that's cool, and my mentor for sure, absolutely.
100%. Your mind is a powerful thing. When you fill it with positive thoughts, that's when your life changes. Do you meditate? Do you do anything for yourself to kind of get there? For me personally, I go to the beach, Port Wainimi, sit on a rock for like an hour and a half. When the sunset comes down, I'm $100. I feel amazing. There's no stress. There's no drama. It's just me and just earth, nature. But do you do anything specific?
Personally, I've never really got into the whole like meditation thing or anything, or I feel like my mind just runs at a mile a minute. Okay. So I have to be doing something or thinking about something. So even like in my downtime, I'm thinking about like work or bills or, whatever it is I need to do. So I kind of look at it as that. Like when I'm at work, I have a checklist. And it's like me just checking those things off one at a time. So even if I'm getting yelled at, they don't know I'm getting the work done. I wait until I'm done with that task. And I kind of treat life like that. Like, all right, let me just check these things off one at a time. Even if I can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, I know I'm making progress. 100%. So I just tell myself, like, all right, you're almost there, or you got it. Like, just.
What is one check mark that you have for yourself that you have personally for yourself, like you're going towards, like a goal for yourself? Is there anything in particular?
I think it would either be, I don't want to necessarily say being promoted at work, but just steadily progressing, which I have been, or even in my personal life, like I want to get married, I want to have kids, I want to buy another house. So I think those are all, dreams and aspirations that I have, but that they're attainable. So I think people don't make those goals for themselves because they feel like they're not attainable. Yeah. And they're just, it's too far off and I can't do that. When you can. You just need to make the decision to do it. So yeah, it's a mental choice you got to make. That's all it is.
Move towards it every single time.
Absolutely.
Like I said, baby steps. You're not gonna do it overnight. You're
Nope.
not gonna do it in a year.
Nope.
But as long as baby steps and you're making the right moves, sometimes you gotta keep track.
Facts.
Because other people overlook. Like I put in mad work at work and they overlook, but when I'm keeping track and when they hit me with the end of the year review, I pull up
Facts.
my stat sheets. I'm like, hey, you missed this, this, and this.
Facts. But that goes to the people around you as well, because how many people you know that are, I don't want to say overly competitive, but they're just pessimistic to where you could list a whole book of accomplishments that you, and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, you got a 90 on this. Oh, well, you didn't get a 91. Or like, oh, you bought a house. Oh, it's only 2 bedrooms. Like, things like that. It's kind of like you have to watch those people that are around you,
Exactly.
because
Yeah.
that's just they're draining you.
Yeah,
And,
100%.
sometimes you got to cut them off. I have a lot of friends that have fell by the wayside because I'm like, hey, like, you're not worth my energy anymore. Like, if I'm going to progress, I need friends that are progressive, not friends that are trying to pull me back because they're not on my level. So they're like, they want you to win, but not as much as them, right?
Yeah.
So they're not more than them. So you just, once you keep that in mind and cut that fat, you'll be good. You'll be good to go.
Awesome.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for joining us tonight.
Absolutely.
Where can
Thanks
we
for having
find
me.
you? Look you up. Socials.
I guess on my socials, I'm not as active as I would be, but it's just
MySpace.
it's Easy22 on everything. EAZY22 on all platforms. But
Awesome. Thank
yeah,
you so
thanks
much
for
for
having me,
joining
guys. I
us.
appreciate it. I had fun.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Artificially genuine.
Say, Tony,
Comment
say
down
some shit,
below. We'll be right back next week.
Working on some man shit. Yeah. Club in the morning, off like 2. Sip champagne when we talk about views and cut like us. We stuck in the trap. Steak ain't rare, so we sending it back. All of my brothers are rare, can't cap. The money was quick, now we sending a few. I'm down by the 100, we starting to shoot. I hit 21, just watch how we move. PR in my blood, no I